Hello everyone, welcome to Marketing 459 Professional Selling and Sales Management. Okay, this is chapter 13. In this chapter, let's cover sales territories. In the movie Planet of the Apes, it's kind of old movies. Yeah, I don't think I have seen it all, but I think part of that, right? Captain Leo Davidson in the movie Planet of the Apes says something like this: I think it's fair to call this hostile territory. Okay, I think it's fair to call this territory, this place, a hostile territory. Okay, in sales, let's talk about the sales territories. Okay, how do you deal with it? Deal with this hostile territory, or make it more friendly, I guess, or at least make it profitable. Okay, so what is sales territory? Okay, sales territory. Territory comprises a number of present and potential customers. Okay, present and potential customers located within a given geographical area and assigned to a salesperson or to a branch or to an intermediary, either retailer or wholesaling intermediary. Okay, the key word here is customers, basically number of customers, right? It's a present and potential customers, okay, located within a given geographical area. That's why it's a territory, okay, assigned to an individual salesperson or a division, a group, or branch, or intermediary. That's sales territory. Okay? In business, you may hear people say, this South Carolina is my sales territory. Okay? Georgia is your territory, or the Eastern Seaboard is my territory, or is a territory for my division or for my department. Okay, for my unit. Okay, sales territory. Okay, hopefully it's not a hostile territory. Okay, right. So of course you want to design your territory, right? What is a good territory design, right? If you have a good territory design, it will give you lots of benefits. Okay, what are the benefits of a good design? Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me get some water. So, as to the benefits of good territory design, first, it enhances customer coverage. It enhances customer coverage. You design the territory well, so all your customer is covered. All your customers are covered. Okay. It also reduces travel time and selling costs. We talked about selling expenses, right? Also the time that your sales rep spend on the road. And if you design territory well, then you can reduce the travel time and selling costs accordingly. Okay. And third one, it provides more equitable rewards to your sales force. Okay? And also it aids in evaluation of your sales force. Yeah, territory design well, so they perform their sales work in their given territories. Then you can evaluate the sales force performance afterwards better. Okay, it helps with the evaluation, and it also increases the sales for the sales organization. It increases the sales for your entire sales organization, and also increases the morale of your sales force. Okay, also important. Okay, so these are the good benefits of a good territorial design. Okay, so what are the procedures for designing a sales territory? Okay, first, you need to select a control unit. The control unit could be a country, a state, a county, or whatever geographic area you want to use. Okay? You need to select your control unit. Okay? Second, you need to determine the location or potential of customers. Determine location and potential of customers in that control unit, all the control units. Okay. Then you need to determine the basic territories for the sales force. Okay. And then you assign your salespeople to territories. John, you go to Columbia County. Ben, you go to Edgefield County, and maybe Sarah, you can go to Aiken County. Okay. Or you go to South Carolina, you go to Georgia, you go to North Carolina, or you go to Massachusetts or Maryland. Okay, so assign your salespeople to territories, and then you need to set up territorial coverage plans. All right, set up your territorial coverage plans for the territories, and then evaluate the effectiveness of your design afterwards. After maybe a month, a quarter, a year, and see if it's designed appropriately and effectively. Okay? So this is the procedure for designing your sales territories. Okay? We talk about territorial control units. Right? Control units. You can use the states. We have 50 states. In the United States. Right? 49 contiguous, continental U.S. plus Hawaii. Okay, the 50 states. Within each state, you have many counties. Some have more than maybe 40, 50 counties. Some have 100 to 200 counties. Okay, the size of counties so differ. Okay? Or you go by the cities, municipalities, cities. Right? Also, a good convenient way is to use zip code. You can use zip code areas by the post office. Okay? Or you can go by MSAs. MSAs. What's MSA? Metropolitan Statistical Areas. Okay? Metropolitan Statistical Areas. For example, Atlanta. Atlanta is a metropolitan statistical areas. Sometimes MSA may cover more than one state. Where I used to teach at Drexel University in Philadelphia, I think the city of Philadelphia or Philadelphia Metropolitan Statistical area includes not just the city of Philadelphia, but also part of South Jersey, New Jersey, and part of and Delaware. So it's a tri-state area. Okay. So, but from federal government perspective, it's a metropolitan statistical area. Okay. So these are the control units you can adopt. Okay. So how do you design your territory, right? And design your territory. There are two methods here, at least two methods we talk about here. Okay. One is called the build-up method. Build-up method of territorial design. Okay. Basically, as management must determine what to do with this build-up design. Okay. You need to determine the desirable call patterns. Desirable call patterns. Remember the call in Salesforce management, a call is a visit. A call is always a visit. It's not a telephone call. It's a call. It's a visit to your customers. What kind of the design pattern or call pattern do you want to have? Okay? How many visits to the certain customer do you have to have? Okay? So it basically is a call frequency per account per year. The frequency of the call or visits per account per year. And an account in this case is a customer, right? So basically for a given customer, how many times do you have to call or visit them, okay? Then using that, you come up with the total calls needed, okay? Need each control group, okay? And then you look at your workload capacity of your salesperson, right? Total number of calls possible per rep per year, right? Total, how many calls is possible? How many calls is possible for each rep to pay a visit to the customers in a given year, okay? That gives you the number of daily calls that equals to number of daily calls plus the days selling, okay? How many calls they can make in a day, okay? Of course, it depends on how far away or how far apart your customers are, your customers' companies are, okay? And if it's next door, of course, within the city, you may visit a few. If it's far away, you may only just one in a day. Okay, only how many days they're selling, how many days during the week, right? So that's the workload capacity. And then you tentatively set territorial boundary lines by combining control units until total calls needed equals total calls possible. Okay, I'll show you in just the next slide with the real example here. Okay, so you need to set your territorial boundary lines by combining those control units until the total calls you need equals your total calls possibly you can have. Okay, and then you modify the territories if you need. Okay, as needed. Okay, so this is the build-up method of territory design. Okay, let's see. All right. Now this is the detailed example of this build-up method of territory design. Okay, let's say this company. Okay, this company, first control units. Control units for this company is a state. Okay, Illinois, Iowa, Kentucky. Okay, the 3 states. Okay, all in the Midwest, around Midwest. And then there are 3 classes of customers. Customer A, customer B, and customer C. Okay? For each class of customers, this group of customers, the call pattern, the call frequency is different. Right? For type A of customers, you need to visit 2 times per month. You need to pay a visit to them 2 times per month. Every 2 weeks, you need to go visit them. Okay? Type B, you only need to pay 1 visit per month, once a month, 12 times a year. That's it. Type C customers, you visit them even less frequently. There's once every 2 months. So you need to pay a visit to this type of customer only 6 times a year. Okay. And then in the state of Illinois, right, how many accounts do you have for type A? 10. You have 10 customers in the state of Illinois belonging to type A, 30 belonging to type B, and 68 belonging to type C. Okay? And because for type A, Illinois, you need to pay A type, 2 per month, so 2 times 10, type times 12 months, you get 240 calls per year. Right? For this one, 360. For C, 408. You add them together, it's 1,008 calls per year for your customers, all 3 types of customers in Illinois. Okay? You can do the same thing for Iowa and Kentucky. In Iowa, the number of accounts, customers, A, B, C, 7, 17, 55. Okay, it looks like most of their customers do not need to be visited every month. They can do that only once every 2 months, right? So you multiply that by the 12 months, you get the total number of calls per year. The total of all the customers, all 3 classes in Iowa, 702. Okay, same way you do that for Kentucky, you get 402. Okay, that's 1,008 for Illinois, 700 Iowa, and 400 Kentucky. Okay. Now, what is the workload capacity for one sales rep, for one person, one sales rep? What's the workload capacity, right? The person may can make 6 calls per day, 6 calls visit 6 customers, right? And then works 5 days a week, right? 5 days a week, and that's 30 calls per week, right? 30 calls per week times 50 weeks. Why 50 weeks? You may say there are 52 weeks in a year, right? But you have to give them vacation and holidays. That's 2 weeks of vacation. So then you only have 50 weeks to work, okay? 30 calls per week times 50 gets you 1,500 calls per year. For your sales rep, they can only make 1,500 visits to their customers, 1,500 a year, okay? Now we know that for Illinois, you need 1,000, Iowa, you need 700, Kentucky, you need 400, okay? So, but this person can only make 1,500 a year, right? If you use this plus that, that's over, right? Use this plus that is a little bit under, okay? So what do? Okay? You can do several different ways, right? You can do 1,008. You can ask this rep to visit all 1,008, calls, visits in Illinois, plus either maybe 491 out of the 700, because 1,008 plus 491 give you about 1,500, right? Or you can either ask this person to do 491 calls from Iowa, or 402 calls from Kentucky, all of them from Kentucky, okay? So if you do that, for 1,008 will cover 100% of Illinois, okay? 491 out of 700 give you 70% coverage of Iowa, right? Or if you ask the sales rep to go to Illinois and Kentucky, you get 100% of Kentucky. All 402 are covered, okay? So the territory could be either be for this sales rep, either be, okay, 100% Illinois, right here, 100% Illinois, plus 100% Kentucky. That's one way. Or it could be 100% Illinois plus 70% Iowa, okay? Just 2 ways for you to design assign the territories, okay? This is the build-up method for territory design, okay? There are some factors, workload factors to consider when design your territories, okay? You may have to increase or decrease your territory, right? Things you need to consider, okay? For example, it depends on the nature of the job. Well, if there are lots of pre-sale and post-sales activity, okay, lots of pre-sale and post-sale activity, you may have to decrease the territory size a little bit, okay? Also, the nature of product, it has something to do with the nature of product. If it's for a frequently purchased product, okay, and a limited repeat sales, for a frequently purchased product, you want to decrease that also, okay? For a product with the limited repeat sales, right, limited repeat sales, you may want to increase that, okay? Increase the territory size, right? Also, it depends on the market development stage, right? If it's a new market with fewer accounts, you can increase the sales territory a little bit, okay? If it's an established market, a lot more accounts, you may want to decrease the size a little bit, okay? And market coverage, if you want to use a selective coverage, remember what is selective coverage versus extensive coverage? Selective coverage, only a few, extensive coverage, everywhere, okay? If it's selective coverage, you may want to increase the size a little bit, okay, because there are not that many customers. If the extensive coverage, you cover everything, everyone, everybody, everywhere, you may want to decrease a little bit. Okay. Also, it depends on the competition, level of competition. If the competition is intensive, lots of competitions, you really need to take good care of your customers, or otherwise you could lose them. Okay, that's when you probably should decrease, unless market is oversaturated. Okay, if the competition is limited, not much of competition going on there, you can increase the territory size somewhat. Okay, so there's some adjustment to the size of the territory depending on the workload factors. Okay. Next is another way to design your territory is called the breakdown method of territorial design. Breakdown method of one is build up, one is breakdown. Breakdown methods of territorial design. Okay, you as a manager must determine your company's sales potential. What is your sales potential? Total sales potential. Okay, and then what's the sales potential in each control unit? Each state, each county, each city, what's the sales potential in that, okay? And what's the sales volume expected, you can expect from each salesperson? How much do you think this person will generate, okay? And then tentatively you set territorial boundary lines by combining control units' total sales potential equals to the total sales volume expected, okay? And then you modify the territories if you need it. Okay, yeah, that's the breakdown method. Give example of a breakdown method here. Okay, for this company, for example, right, they use breakdown method for territorial design. Okay, the company's sales potential, potentially they could sell up to $200 million. $200 million in sales potential. Okay. And the target volume per rep is salesperson. Each one is supposed or is expected to make $10 million in sales. Okay? Each one 10 million in sales. Right? And then how many sales reps do you need? Okay? The number of reps needed is the company's sales potential divided by targeted volume per rep. Okay, so $200 million divided by 10 million gives you 20 sales rep. So you need 20 sales rep, okay, hire 20 sales rep. Okay, the territory volume equals as target volume per rep divided by company sales potential. Yeah, that's 10 million divided by 200 million, get 5%. So each territory will cover, right? The volume is about 5% of total company. Okay, so each territory should comprise 5% of sales potential or $10 million, and so you combine adjacent control units until each sales potential potential of 10 million. Okay, you look at the states or the counties, the cities, right, the MSAs, and then you add them up, combine them until you reach 10 million. That's 5%. That's for this sales rep. Okay, so this is a breakdown method for your territory design. Okay. This is an example of a sales territory for pharmaceutical sales rep for pharmaceutical company. And I have seen that I actually had a student who told me, she said, I said, what's your plan for upon graduation? She said, I want to be a pharmaceutical sales. I said, whoa, that specific? She said, yes. And she knew exactly what she was looking for. She wanted to be a pharmaceutical sales rep upon graduation. I haven't heard back from her, hope, wish her good luck, right? This is a territorial design for pharmaceutical sales rep. Okay? You can see the company divide 48 states, excluding course, this excludes Hawaii and Alaska. These divide 48 states into 5 to 10 regions. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7 regions. Okay, each region into several districts. Okay, each region is several districts. Okay, and each district into 8 to 12 territories. Okay, and then each person will be in charge of one territory. Okay, but that's how pharmaceutical companies will divide their sales force, sales task. Okay, territory design. Okay, computers in territory design. Okay, the computers is very helpful, of course, in territory design. Geographic Information System, or GIS, is used. You can use GIS, computers, to help with your territory design. You can use combines multiple layers of information to provide in-depth understanding of a class of a sales territory. Use multiple layers of information to provide in-depth understanding of a sales territory. Okay, I think you probably have used that, or are you already using that in your personal use, using Google Map to add on to different layers of information. Where are the restaurants? Where are the gas stations? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So there's some elements of a complete GIS, Geographic Information System. There's a software you use, and hardware, and data, and people, train people who knows how to use that. Okay. Once your sales force or sales territory is assigned, you may need to make some adjustment, right? You may make adjustment. So adjust to achieve the maximum amount of sales, right? Just to give example here, this chart gives example of before alignment, you have and after alignment. Before alignment, you have one small and one big territory. Okay, the x-axis is sales potential, 500 million, 500,000, 750, 1 million, 1.2, 1.5 million. Okay, and on the y-axis is the actual sales in the territory. This is the potential. This is actual. Of course, you cannot, normally reach the full potential. Okay, you reach part of that. So this is the 100,000, 250 up to 450 to see in actual sales. Okay, before alignment, the company has this this territory designed that they have one small territory here and one small territory, one territory here. Okay, in this territory, right, where the potential is 500, the company achieved the sales, the rep achieved sales of only 100,000. Okay, at this place, at this territory, okay, the big territory here, the sales potential is 1,500, and the company sales would be 360. Okay, so the total sales potential, 500 plus 1,500 is 2,000, right? And total actual sales is 100 plus 360. So the total sales for the company with one small territory and one large territory is $460,000. Okay, $460,000, right? That's before you do your adjustment alignment. Okay. Then through this analysis, you figured, you probably should do some alignment adjustment here. After alignment, they designed the two territories. That's the balanced territories. Two balanced territories. Okay, two balanced territories right here. Two balanced territories right here. Two balanced territories, each both with the sales potential of 1,000, right? And then each with the actual sales of 340,000 right here. Okay, so the total sales potential still 2,000, right? Two territory, equal balanced territory, 2,000. The total sales in this case will be 340 here, 340 plus 340, that's 680,000. So you can see that even though the two territories, one small, one big, and or two balanced ones, they both have the sales potential of about 2,000 or $2 million. But if you readjust, realign, after your realignment, then you achieve a sales figure of 680 instead of 460. So you can make your adjustment to achieve higher, larger overall sales. Okay, and that's sales alignment. Okay. Finally, let's talk about the routing the sales force is arranging the routing skill, a routing scheme, right? Basically, what is routing? Okay, so this X here is your company. Okay, area A is the areas right next to, close to your company, basically within the driving 1 day's driving distance within the day. You can go visit your customers and come back, come home. The sales rep can go visit customers and come home at night within a day's work in area A. Okay, area C is the area that's very, very far away. You cannot stay. You have to stay in a hotel overnight. Okay, that's you go there, stay at a hotel, and the next day you visit your customer and then come back home. Okay. Area B is the area that between A and C. That's kind of like too far for 1 day's drive, and not far enough to qualify for a hotel stay. Okay, so then the routing is a problem. Routing is the issue. Okay, what is routing? Routing is a managerial activity that establishes a formal pattern for sales reps to follow as they go through their territories. The routing. Okay? It reduces travel expenses and it ensures a more efficient territorial coverage. Okay? But some reps resented. Some reps resented it. Why do they resent it? Because they feel that there's an infringement of their privacy or too much of a supervision. Okay, but it's best for routine sales jobs with regular call frequencies. Okay, so as I said, area 8 they can go and visit in a day and come back home at night. Area C is where they can go and find a hotel stay and then come back the day after. Area B is typically the problem area. Okay, this is a routing and the potential problem with the routing. Okay, I think that's all I have for this chapter. Okay, thank you. I'll see you next time.